Hello, viewers. Welcome to the 10th episode of the Invincible Talks. I'm Neelam Kumar, your host and the author of this book. So, why Invincible Talks? Because this is my tiny effort to dispel the grimness of the pandemic with some sunshine, positivity, courage, and most importantly, hope. There are no sob stories here, just brave, powerful ones from actual adversity fighters who have uh, jumped out of the pages of my book and share their precious life lessons. Now, tonight, I'm very, very privileged to have a guest who is actually a force to reckon with. Sapna Bhavnani is many women, writer, celebrity hairstylist, celebrity producer, celebrity director. And she was in Big Boss also. She's a true icon. She has rebuilt her life post the horrific incident of gang rape. And now she has come out more multidimensional and stronger than before. Welcome, Sapna. Thank you so very much for coming on the Invincible Talks. And Sapna, I so appreciate it with your network and your, power issues, the electrical problem. You're still here. Wow.
Thank you, Neela. I'm here. Sorry if there is a lag or if I, freeze. I'm actually in a small village in Maharashtra.
Okay.
It's already telling me my internet connection is unstable.
Quickly ask you.
But I'm here, and Neelam, it's just wonderful. Finally, I'm sorry. We've been trying to do this for a while, but I've also been here for 2 months
I
now writing.
know, I know. You're such a joyous being, so warm. So tell me quickly, Sapna, you are ageless, rootless, ever evolving. You move forward so fast that I've lost track. I mean, I think I met you a couple of years back. Since then, you've achieved so many milestones of success, an incredible journey. Can you share that with us, please?
Neelam, you're very kind. I think I don't know about success because success is relative. If uh, if you count success in monetary terms, then no, I haven't achieved that yet.
Uh,
When it comes to my new profession, I'm not. I have stopped being a hairdresser, and now I'm a full-time filmmaker, producer, festival founder. So it's new for me. It's a great space to be in, although it's difficult to be here because the market is so big,
I
and to come at this age to kind of penetrate through that. But I think that if you have a story, which is what we have,
Yeah.
you have, I have, there are many of us.
Yeah.
There is no better profession to be in, but a writer or a filmmaker. So I'm glad that, I can now use my skills and kind of take it to another level.
So proud of you. And like every other thing you have been, and you'll make it a big success. Tell me some things. Sapna, you have, congratulations first on your much awarded film, Sindhustan,
Thank you.
completing a year.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
saw it and I was completely bowled over. Is it true that you're carrying the tattoo of the history of Sindh on your body? Would you like to share that with us?
Yeah, it's actually on my legs. I figured, a lot of people have this conception that tattoos are a very Western concept, and they are something that is very hip and cool. But actually, when my grandmother had tattoos, it's a very old tradition, especially in
Yes.
India. We get tattooed all the time. It's
Sure.
nothing big. And I think that the best way for me to tell the story of Sindh, I thought, was to tell it on my legs. My legs kind of symbolize the journey of Sindhi's partition, and my feet, the lack of our roots. So I took my legs and my feet, and when they didn't allow me to go to Sindh, they didn't give me a visa. I said, you know what? I'll just become Sindh.
That's my sapna.
So now you can't take Sindh out of me because I'm carrying the stories on my legs. Three of the wonderful people whose stories I told in my film are no more, but the beauty is their stories are there forever. So therefore, it's been a wonderful journey. I've gotten a lot of love from Sindhustan. I've got,
Yes.
you know, I'm not talking about the awards, and sure,
Mhm.
that was very successful, but in the Sindhi community, they have really received me with open arms. And you know, I hope one day I can make another documentary on another subject in Sindh, but I switched gear from documentaries to fiction.
Mhm.
And you know, my first fiction film, it's called My Dog is Sick, and it's going to start its festival journey this year. I'm very happy about that.
Wow.
uh, it has Rajshri Deshpande, who's one of my favorite actors, and
Ah,
Anshuman Jha. Yeah, great actors, great.
trying to see
uh,
it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's once again, I've realized also the kind of films I want to make when it comes in the fiction space.
Mm.
It's probably not going to find a house in India because they're a little out there. um,
Yeah.
so while I've been in this lockdown, also, you know, I decided to write a small story. I took the entire horror thing that I love, and I wrote a story called Bear Like Man.
They're
And
like man.
yeah, it's
Oh,
based on a real. There is a syndrome called werewolf syndrome,
uh-huh.
where yeah, men and women can be born with that syndrome, where you start getting hair like a werewolf. So
Gosh.
obviously this is fiction, so I've converted it into Bear Like Man, and I wrote a story, and I applied to a place called NAF in Korea. Korea, this market is the largest market for horror genre films. Okay. And I
Wow.
just said, okay, I'm going to just apply. And just today, Neelam,
Yeah.
they officially announced that I'm selected.
Oh,
Yeah, so good news to share with you. And
wow.
the best part is they have 19 projects from the world, all horror and genre films. Mine is the only project from India. And I'm also the first Indian woman director to ever have been selected here.
How
So
inspirational is
very
that?
excited. I'm
So
excited.
proud of you.
I'll disappoint the Sindhis because they'll think, अरे हिंदुस्तान से तुम इधर कैसे चले गए हॉरर में?
I said you're so multidimensional. You have to keep evolving and growing. Now,
Correct, I'm like you.
yeah, thank you so much.
And I'm really sorry about your mom.
I know. Thank you so
Very
much.
much. Yeah.
Thank you. You're such a kind soul. It's something I can't get over. You're such a kind and warm soul, Sapna.
It's like they say, you know, people are kind to strangers, but not to their own. I think I'm one of them. Ask my mom, she will not call me so kind.
That's with everyone. That's with everyone.
Yeah. I mean, घर
Uh,
की मुर्गी दाल बराबर ऐसे ही
yeah.
होता है ना?
Sapna, I want to ask you a very personal question because you are here to give inspiration. In my book, you have really, really spoken to the hearts of so many women, so many men. You were very young when that horrific incident happened, and yet you have forgiven the gang rapists. I mean, you are a living Nirbhaya. Please tell us, what can you explain that? What are your views on this?
I think that I don't really know who they are because I was intoxicated. So I have no way of kind of even picking them out if they were in a lineup. I think that when I started speaking about it during Nirbhaya, I think now it's been, I don't know, 7, 8 years. I don't even know.
Yeah.
2013 or 14, I started 13, I think.
Yeah.
I just feel like I was holding so much anger, and I feel at some level we just let things just eat us up and kill us, you know.
Yeah.
And I just decided that, you know, I'm not going to let them even get whatever's left of me,
Wow.
because it's like it's just better to kind of let go, because only when you truly forgive can you move on. You carrying that anger. I really also don't believe in death penalty. I've never really wished for hanging for anyone. I don't think that that is the answer. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I think that for me, it has been wonderful to kind of let go and find my own space and kind of find my own release in a way. And I think, somewhere it's going to hit them, and they're probably going to have to live with this fact.
Absolutely.
Their
They'll
life.
rot in hell. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hell is life only है, सब यहाँ ही होता है.
सब यही है.
You know, so hell, heaven, दोनों यहाँ ही है. I'm
Mm.
sure, it karma will hit them, and
Yeah.
they will.
But is it a girl's fault how she dresses, how she goes out? Is it a woman's fault?
It's not a woman's fault. It's not a man's fault. I think that we are entitled to live our lives on our own terms, because that is truly feminism, anyways.
Yeah.
It's not wearing a mini skirt or wearing a sari. It's actually wearing what you want to wear, whatever that is. Right.
Right.
So I don't think that these notions of it was what she was wearing, or it was because she was out at night. I don't
Yeah.
think that these really are factors, because there is violence, there is child abuse. What do you have to say about that? I mean,
Exactly.
is that child responsible for that? I mean, it's a stupid notion anyways, but we tend to do that. We tend to automatically blame the survivor and question the survivor and not the perpetrator, because it's just human nature, and
Yeah.
we haven't evolved from there. So till we don't evolve our own attitude of showing empathy towards survivors, the perpetrators are not going away. They're going to be here.
You're so right. Sapna, you have lived a life without any regrets, and I love it how you beautifully move on from, relationships, from experiences, from everything. What is the art of that? How do you live in the now? Can you tell us how you do that? What's your philosophy?
I think I was very successful in living in the now. I think my bad memory is really fabulous, because I forget everything. So I have no choice but to live in the now, because I forget people, I forget faces. If you don't come in contact with me in 1 year, I'll probably forget you.
Gosh, don't forget
People are
me.
shocked. No, no, not you, Neelam. You're in my life. Okay.
Good, good, good.
So, but I think that, that being said, my last relationship though was, I think it has taught me a lot. It was very traumatic, and I learned a lot from it. I think that so much so that it has changed me. I don't think that I ever got out of something having to change myself or changed myself, but I think that this one really was very traumatic. And I think that, I mean, of course, for me now, because I found films, it's a great release for me to um, kind of put that there, like you do with your writing, right, Neelam? It's like I'm just using. I mean, my book, Poor HarperCollins, I love you guys. You have
Ah,
been dated there for 4 years. I've signed a contract for my book, and I'm still writing it. I don't know how you do it so well, Neelam. So yeah, the book is coming.
very
But
good.
in the meantime, I'm just very, very inspired by writing fiction films, because in fiction you can make
Wonderful.
your own world. कुछ भी
Yes.
हो सकता है, you
बिल्कुल,
know.
कुछ भी, yeah.
And
The
I
ending
love that.
can be what you choose, yes.
And I love that. Matlab, why would I want to live in this real life? And I, also as a child, I used to always have imaginary friends. I
Yeah.
still do. I have 7 mannequins that I live with. They're all called Alice.
Really?
I talk to, yeah, even in Kamshed, I have 3 Alices, actually 3.5. One is only a half torso.
Oh my
And I talk to Alice all the time.
God.
So taking this to the fiction world would only be a natural progression.
Absolutely. You just said it. So, Sapna, you have always said that you have different dreams. Your dreams change every day. And every morning when you dream, there's a different dream. So, already you have done so much in life. Is there any unfulfilled dream besides the HarperCollins book?
Otherwise, I'm so sorry. My network was a little bad. I
Okay.
didn't hear the question.
I
Tell me the
said,
question.
are there any unfulfilled dreams beside the book that you're writing?
Um, there is nothing unfulfilled. The one thing about me is that if I want to do something, I just do it.
Yeah.
So everything that I wanted to do so far, I have done it.
Wow.
It's nothing that I will save for later कि जब मैं ये होंगी तो ये करूंगी और वहां जाऊंगी तो वो करूंगी ऐसे कुछ है नहीं. So every day I have a new dream. Just like this year, I wanted to start a film festival that kind of saluted women directors.
Wow.
And it was a very fast decision. And it was amazing that we pulled it off. It's teamwork. And we pulled it off. It was highly successful. And I
Wow.
feel like the minute you have an idea, I think a lot of us wait and sit with it for a very long time for the right time to come. And that's where what you were saying, I live in the now. So the right time is always now. It's
That's
never
so,
going to come.
yeah, so lovely. So there's no procrastination. Sapna, an adversity as big as the one you have faced makes people completely break down. What is your formula for being invincible? That's what viewers would love from. By the way, what you're giving us is a masterclass on how to bounce back from adversity.
You are very kind, Neelam. I don't know if I have bounced back completely. I have my days. I don't want to come across like I'm some super person or anything. I think the thing is when bad shit happens to you that you have no control over. This is not something that I had control over. It's not something that um, I want to kind of put in my resume. I think that bouncing back from it is not something that you can ever really do 100%. It's not something that is so easy that you're just going to be okay. It doesn't just go away. Yeah. But I think every day you make a little change that makes it okay for you to kind of live with it.
Right.
So it's different every day. Sometimes this works and sometimes that works. But I try not to make it the end all be all of my life. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think that you continue doing things that inspire you,
Mhm.
and that's the best you can do.
Absolutely.
I feel I tried therapy a lot. I went for a few sessions. I don't think therapy was for me. Maybe I would say I tried 4 or 5 different therapists here in Bombay.
Mhm.
I felt maybe because I don't know, maybe they are not so used to dealing with this kind of an issue,
Right.
or I don't know. I felt like it didn't help me at all. Actually, as a matter of fact, it was quite naive, the kind of advice they were giving me. Do yoga, do meditation. I'm a yoga teacher. I mean, like,
I know. Yeah.
so I mean, like a shrink is like telling me do yoga, do meditation. I'm like, okay, but that's not why I've come to you. So
Yeah.
I feel like somewhere our mental health, which is very important, and a lot of awareness has come up in India, which is a great thing. But with that, we also need a lot of qualified technicians, which I feel we really lack in. I
Yeah.
have not yet found the perfect match for me when it comes to someone to counsel me. I
Yeah.
feel it's very important though,
Yeah.
and I think that it is no shame in getting counseling. Um,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of people think it's like you're so weak you went for counseling, but the thing is, I feel like it's really important to find that person that you can just vent to. And I think for me, kind of, I've probably found it online. I have a
Mhm.
lot of strangers who come up to me and vent to me, and I find myself venting to strangers far more than I would vent to friends. So,
Yeah,
in many ways, I think that's just become my therapy, you know?
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So these are very, very important tips that you have given on invincibility. To again, it boils down to living in the now, not to overthink, not to think everything is over, and to find your own niche, find your happiness. That's what you're saying. Sapna, how I would love to continue chatting with you, but I promised you 20 minutes and I don't want to take too much of your time. I would, I know the viewers have a lot of questions, but maybe that can be answered in the comments. And I was just praying that your network holds out, and it did. So that's
It
so
did. I mean,
wonderful.
there's sort of few here and there, you know. I think that thank you so much for having me. I think that once again, speaking of happiness, I think that that word itself leads to suffering and leads to unhappiness. I
True.
think a lot of people constantly think that if I just need to be happy, but I think being happy is also accepting that you must be unhappy.
Yeah.
It's all part of life. So you can't always just be in the pursuit for happiness, because like they say, darkness and lightness are completely connected, and there
Absolutely.
is not one person who's 100% good, and there's not one person who's 100% bad. We are flips of everything. Sometimes you'll see the good, sometimes you'll see the bad, and I am both, right? So
You are, I think, you are the best therapist that people should go to. Yeah, being
I'm a witch. I'm a witch, Neelam.
the wench,
Wow.
the chief wench. I know.
Active wench. Exactly. Exactly. So thank
That's
you
so
for having
beautiful. But I'm amazed at the kind of person you are. And this was a totally insightful, powerful episode, and a perfect masterclass on how to face adversity and move on. So, Sapna, my wishes are always with you. May you keep soaring higher and higher. It gives me so much of pleasure to do that. Thank you so very much for giving me your time today. And our viewers are thrilled. Viewers, next Friday is the wrap up episode. I bring you another powerful episode next time. So do join in, same time, same place, and get your vaccine of invincibility. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank you.
you. Hope to see you